Welcome back, guys, to the gaming booth with your host Mal, and we're back with some more Genshin Impact. By mistake, while I was exploring around, I walked into the cutscene, but the quest didn't really start. There was just a little bit of a commotion, so we're gonna go ask the crowd for news. What's wrong, old man?
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree.
Oh.
It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Yeah, it does make sense. You'd completely change. If someone literally took all of your ambition, something is gonna change. You won't be able to stay the same after that. Literally all your drive to do anything is basically
You must
gone.
also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay.
What happened?
Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
Oh man. Come on, man, don't you wanna stay? I guess you're not the same person.
So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
The loss of ambition.
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
Everyone depends on you.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Yeah, Paimon, that'll
Oh,
definitely
that
work.
reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
Damn, so it seems like getting your vision taken, really just messes with your whole life. Which would make sense, because like with Tejima, he came here probably with like he had ambitions, like yeah, I'm gonna protect these people, I'm gonna help them through all they're going through, and now that that's basically been taken away, he has no purpose anymore. Well, he seems like he has no purpose. Like he doesn't have the resolve to stay here anymore because he doesn't have the drive to do
This
anything.
looks like Tejima's diary, alright?
That would, I'm thinking about it now, like how like unmotivated you'll be to do anything after all the drive that you had to do that specific thing is just taken away from you.
Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dried braised salted
Oh
fish. I messed
no.
up.
Shrine. Oh, well. Here's the shrine.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy? Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years?
Maybe.
Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda
If we become
Village.
separated during the war,
Sounds
go
so
wait for me at
familiar.
Konda Village. There'll be
Where
a
is the
safe
place
home for us
again?
there. That's it.
So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Alrighty. This is like a really like mellow, sad quest.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too.
Sorry?
But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
That
No.
sucks.
Not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm thinking Raiden Shogun has no like human emotions ever. Cause how can you do this? Like many people, it's not like it's just one guy. They've taken so many of these visions from these people, and if there were consequences like this, then I can't see the. I don't understand how people can still worship that Shogun, and it's just out of fear, because this is just cruel what she's doing.
I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart.
At least you still have some of your
Curious.
emotions.
Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Losing a reason to feel sad is maybe the saddest thing of all,
Seems
yeah.
it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is
Lord.
a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Alright, I'll cut back when we get there. Alright guys, I just realized something. That whole part before, there's a part before this, I wasn't recording. So that sucks. But basically we're going up to the shrine because there's a guy in here that seems to have lost his mind and they're thinking he's possessed, so we're going up to see if they can unpossess him, I guess. But yeah, it sucks. But yeah, I lost all the footage. Something went wrong. Oh man, but alright, I'll cut back to when we're up there.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now?
Really pretty.
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Yeah, it would be really difficult.
I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the Sword Master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest Sword Master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father. Sensei. I'm sorry.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anza?
Bonsai.
Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai. Why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran.
My man did the
I don't
dash.
think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
Happy endings all around.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Yes, it seems like a good. It seems as good of a resolution as we could hope for. I can agree today.
A moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
Oh, boys,
So,
I've done
my
it.
intuition was correct.
I
The
am
wind
there.
that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
I am within.
For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
Okay.
I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Yes, mom. I mean, no. Yes, ma'am.
Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Ayaka. Yay, adventure rank 37. Ayaka, we did it. Okay, where are these? Electroculuses. Alright, I'll be back. We'll cut back to when I'm at the Kamisato residence. An amazing entrance, I do say so myself. Excuse me, sirs, don't climb on the door. I have arrived, Miss Kamisato. Well, not quite of yet, but yeah, I have arrived.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes?
Your favorite immigrants are back.
Ayaka! Huh?
It's a pre-rendered cutscene, you know it's important. You're cute as well. This game
Traveler,
is full of
Paimon.
cute women.
It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
The damage done by losing a vision can't be completely undone.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Ooh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Friend request accepted.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
I hope that they can one day be free from their torment.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people.
But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
I will help fight the Vision Hunt decree. There we go.
You will?
Aether.
Really?
But you must keep the promise you made me.
Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See?
Oh, Toma.
I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
Spans. What kind of god is Raiden Shogun? Is no one else fighting the Vision Decree? Have you raised a formal objection to the Vision Decree?
Of course.
Vision Hunt
We
Decree,
have
sorry.
tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt Decree.
What kind of god is
The Almighty
Raiden Shogun?
Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling.
Is no one else
The
fighting
issue
the
is
Vision Hunt
this.
Decree?
For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Norokami Island, due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt Decree.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Paimon has a question though.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Must have been
The
revenge you went
problem
to
we are
get.
facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Oh no.
So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu.
It's only right that he should be saved
Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attend.
Don't worry, your favorite immigrants are here to help you with the job.
By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
The contact. Ooh.
The books were more interesting in the past.
What? Alright. And Nakanashi. Torumaru. Woof. What a handsome doggy you are. Torumaru. Such a cutie. Well guys, that will be the end of this episode. Oh no, wait, yes, as is the ritual of sorts, if I have enough Primo Gems, oh yes, we will make a wish. We'll make all the wishes with the Primo Gems we have received. And, well, first one, no good. A Sharpshooter's Oath. Don't really need that because I literally use no archer in my team. The closest I have to a ranged attack person that I used to use was Yanfei, but now Zhongling has taken her place. So, and once again, a raven bow. Do I have enough? Oh no, I can get one more intertwined fate, a singular one. Now I'm out of them for the entire however long they take to come back. And oh please be a character, please be a character. It's me. I already have you, Ningguang. No, I already have, I guess, Constellation 3 Ningguang. Then we'll use our one wish on here, see what we'll get, and nothing good. Oh man, oh, that sucks. So anyway guys, that's it. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed and want to see more content from me, Mel. And this has been it from the gaming booth. I will see you in the next one. Bye.